Hello guys and girls, as I Aaron Halo 18 here today, and I'm gonna make a YouTube video anyway about Halo 5 Guardians discussion series. Episode 51. And the three articles are glass ceiling, and close quarters, and bulkhead banter. The bulkhead banter is by Grim Brother 1 on March 11th, 2016. This week in Canon Folder, we announced Halo Tales from Subspace and talked new additions to Halo Fleet Battles. Classified Ceiling said, this week in Canon Folder, we look at new map, lore, chat Halo, WC, and more. Close quarters. This week in Canon Folder, we detailed updated weapons, vehicles, armor, and more. And this is issue 67. Called Glass Ceiling. Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and alien aficionados. Welcome back to another week of Canon Folder. When last we met within these virtual walls, we officially announced Halo Tales from Subspace, a brand new graphic novel anthology from 343 Industries and Dark Horse Comics. And took a deeper dive into the lore of some upcoming craft and Halo fleet battles, as mentioned last issue. We'll be talking a bit more about specific story themes later on for the graphic novel. So stay tuned. Speaking of last week, I'm sure many of you saw in Bravo's exquisite weekly community update. A first look at the upcoming Warzone map, skirmish at Darkstar, set on the last colony of Medarian. This week we're going to take a peek at the deeper fictional impact of the setting, as well as take a look at the connective tissues between the Halo World Championship and the War Games simulations. And it shows a picture of the new map and a description about it as well. While the loss of Pinnacle Station dealt a massive blow to the leg, Dormont's operations on Medarian, demand for the planet's virtuified resources is neither slacked nor slowed. Working quickly and quietly to avoid the notice of the curated regional directors, laying Dormont quickly implemented contingency plans to mitigate the economic impact and reconstitute operations of the frontier planet moon, though the company's local headquarters at Medarian Station was devastated. The remote, popular polar outpost of Darkstar Station survived. Its workers and engineers largely unaware of the disaster that unfolded on the other side of the planet and the uncertain future that awaits them under Cortana's rule, despite the uncertain astro-political climate. Lang Dormund continues on accelerated resource gathering operations while technical permission exists, transferring one of its largest resource processor ships, additional workers and human resource specialists in Madarian's orbit and other in order to continue work and assists the company's remaining investments, but anomalies abound beneath the battered surface as ancient machinery buried deep in the planet's mantle stir to life. And the UNSC makes plans to once again revisit the surface in search of answers, regardless of what forces that intervention may unleash. It's a challengers and champions. February 8, 2058. 558. War Games session summary. Shows the results of a summary of the I don't know what it's for. It says right here, a question that has come up a few times over the past couple months has been paraphrased, of course. It's the HCS/HW canon. For those of you unfamiliar with the aforementioned monikers, the query refers to the Halo Championship Series and Halo World Championship. The Halo WC pits the top Halo players and teams in the world against each other, and conveniently enough, the finals will be taking place this very weekend in Hollywood, California, March 18th through 20th. Maybe you're just a Halo fan, and you're also a sports fan. Maybe you're just someone who loves to soak up the tension and drama that competing for 2.5 million inevitably brings. No matter what category you fall into, you should definitely check it out. While the Halo WC, in a literal sense, isn't canonical, the reality of the Spartan fire teams competing for glory in War Games simulations very much is. This was hinted at even back in the LCE bonus materials of Halo 4, which included the scorecard you see here, showcasing Fire Team Majestic and Fire Team Castle facing off, like an actual Halo multiplayer. Canonical Spartans trained in a variety of different scenarios and environments, assuring that they'll be able to maintain a greater edge efficiency no matter what challenges they face. Also, for those of you looking to add a multi-genre kit with some competitive flair to your armory, check this out, starting on Sunday at 4 p.m. PT on your Xbox One through the Xbox Live event interactive app or Twitch. You can get the Halo World Championship Rep Pack for free. This special pack includes the all-new ultra-rare Challenger armor set, plus a pretty sweet Halo WC 2016 emblem. Note that this will only be available until 9 a.m. PT on March 21st. So definitely check it out. Challenger armor, the Challenger's high performance thrusters and shield, and then our range require constant stress monitoring and adjustment to avoid critical failure during a match, much to the dismay of Infinity's support teams. Albeit the Challenger is built on a protector frame subjected to hundreds of additional tests and quality assurance checks, minimizing performance quirks that negatively impact competitive performance. Next one shows Chant to Theme, Killer Instinct Season 3, creating the music for Arbiter. This week, the folks on Killer Instinct team released a new, very cool behind-the-scenes video that showcases the development of Arbiter's theme for Killer Instinct Season 3. The music was written and produced by Cell DeWeller and Atlas Plug. The latter likely better known to Halo fans as composer Tom Salta, who has worked on music for 5 different Halo titles. It's a very cool inside look at how iconic elements are combined with all new inspirations to create a fantastic new sound that honors the legacy of both franchises. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. That will do it for us this week. A bit lighter this time around, but the next good few series we'll see a few cool deeper looks at some new and upcoming additions to the Halo 5 Guardians experience. So be sure and stay tuned. Also, I'll be joining Sizzle and a few of the fine folks at Microsoft Studios from 11 a.m. noon at PT on Wednesday, March 23rd to play some Killer Instinct with community and show off some cool Arbiter gameplay, as well as give some behind-the-scenes perspectives on what it takes to mix 2 incredible franchises like Halo and KI. For a bit more info, download the super handy community calendar app on your Xbox One and head over to the appropriate date. Hope to see you on the stream. Until next time, live well, play Halo, and never judge a book by its listing. Update universe article this week. High Charity, the holy city of High Charity, was an enormous mobile space station used as the capital of the Covenant Empire. Diameter 348 km, 260.2 mi. Atmosphere 1.03 ATM N202 AR. Standard climate 50F to 75F, 10C to 24C. Day length 265.2 hours. Summary: the holy city of High Charity is an enormous mobile space station created early in Covenant history. Their success as a centralized capital of their religious, political, and military force, as well as the home to millions of Covenant constituencies, as a testament to their truce with the Sahili Shan used their Forerunner dreadnought set within the station's interior as High Charity's prior power source. Around the ship's mooring, the Covenant developed a vast metropolitan complex which covered the city's primary floor, extending from the center all the way to its interior walls. Externally, High Charity was heavily armed and maintained a substantial, unmaniacal docking system and maintenance facilities on its lower sections. Despite its size and power, High Charity was destroyed toward the end of the war with the humans. And the High Prophet of Truth brought High Charity to Delta Halo in 2552. The flood found its way on board and rapidly infected the city's population. And amid this chaos, Truth escaped with the Forerunner dreadnought, leaving the High Charity citizens to fend for themselves. Eventually, High Charity met its end when the Grey Mine crashed into it. The Ark that attempted to prevent the Halo array from firing. Locations to be working in this map set flash 840 through 5. Although under control of the flood. Keep pushing it there, Parasite. A UNSC and Amber clad getting to transmit data to its remote nodes, continuing to accumulate so much information about both Delta Halo and High Charity. As possible before the ship's termination, remote relays captured these detailed and one peculiar mass image was a site within High Charity, now believed to be the Garden of Reverent Contemplation. This site was believed to be a place of thought and worship dedicated to the High Prophet of Truth. The intention of this place was quite solitude. In honor of the heritage of what Spartans currently use, Gemini's impressive symmetry at multiple levels and more accumulate home their combat skills. I need help here, guy. So that was it from that article.
This way?
Alright, head back. Head back more. I'll be there for it. Can you turn the fan on for me?
There is no fan. Are you still doing a video?
Yeah.
You're awful quiet.
Oh, sorry guys, girls, I'm a little quiet there. Issue 66. Greetings, you wonderful humans. Last week we dove a bit deeper into the extent lore of the Fury Storm Rifle, as well as give a quick update on the print release of the mat for Beck Penned Halo New Blood, which launches this March 15th. This week we'll be talking about some awesome upcoming ship stuff from our friends at Spartan Games. As well as introducing a brand new project that keen-eyed fans might have gotten a glimpse of recently. A few days ago, a new Halo product from the fine folks at Dark Horse Comics. Therefore surfaced, piquing the interest of eager-eyed lore lovers across a number of community hunts who quickly went zero to Crave Mind, trying to use their compound intelligence to decipher its true nature. Well, we're here to help clear things up a bit and give you some early details to state certain curiosities. That's it. Spectator, Terry, fire to others. With that in mind, read on. Tales from the Slip. Show the picture of Tales from the Slip. I guess with Spartan killing somebody out of a banshee in the sky with clouds. Looks like Master Chief, actually. And the description says, Halo Tales from Space is a brand new Halo graphic novel anthology from 343 Industries and Dark Horse Comics. Think of it as a spiritual successor to the original Halo graphic novel. Halo Tales from Space will feature all new stories from some pretty awesome names in the comic industry. These include Jonathan Wayshak, Eric Lugan, Alex Irvine, Cody Chamberlain, Dave Grossland, John Jackson Miller, Jonathan Goff, Simon Roy, and Duffy Rodoria, as well as our very own franchise creator, director Frank O'Connor, and franchise producer Taylor Jeffries. While we aren't talking about specific story content today, we're confident that lore fans will be excited by the breadth of tales we'll be telling, from subject matter to stylization, Halo styles from subspace. We'll take fans on a diverse and delightful jaunt across the Halo universe that is penciled in to be in your fabulous fan hands on October 12th, 2016. Again, we'll be diving into more specifics about this project in the near future right here within these humble pages, putting a deeper dive on specific stories and a proper cover reveal, so stay tuned. Next one is And Straight On Till Morning. So the design of ships from Halo, I guess. And it says our partners at Spartan Games will be soon unleashing new battle-tested vessels, bolstering your Halo fleet battles experience. Headlined by the addition of the Covenant CPV class heavy destroyer, most recognizable visualized in Halo Wars, and the Valiant class super heavy cruiser, with lore fans will recognize as being the foundation for Admiral Preston J. Cole's flagship, the UNSC Everest. These new additions are slated to release on March 18th. We wanted to give fiction fans a sneak peek, advanced peek at the extended lore for each of the entries. In addition, we wanted to surface the extended lore for both the CAS class assault carrier and a Punic class supercarrier, both of which are already available, but haven't had their included extended fiction surface very widely. Also, keep an eye out for even more Spartan games, news, and info coming in the near future. There'll certainly be grounds for tabletop adoring excitement in our option, in our opinion, at least. Enough of that. Let's get our heads back in the clouds to take a closer look at some of Valiant vessels. First one is Valiant class super heavy cruiser with a picture of their next to it from the Halo Wars, and it says first drafted as a compromise between a battleship and heavy cruiser. The Valiant class suffered through years of feasibility studies and redesigns before the first hull was released from the Martian shipyard. Docking clamps and 2493, the Valiant showed promise during initial testing and evaluation. On cost overruns and delays in incorporating next generation fusion drives seemingly doomed the class less than 2 years after entering service. The Valiant was stricken from the UNSC Navy rolls and partially scrapped. The ship would have meant a mere footnote in Navy history were it not for the expansion of Navy prestige and responsibilities following revelations of Colonel military authority, CMA infiltration by insurrection sympathizers in 2497. Almost overnight, the Navy was faced with a lack of command and control vessels, with ships traditionally assigned to such tasks quickly tied up in lengthy counterinsurgency operations. The Valiant class had the tonnage and firepower to augment battle groups composed of smaller vessels and patrols, as well as the space to install flag bridge facilities demanded by admirals leading expeditionary operations. The Valiant and a handful of other super heavy cruiser space frames were converted into command ships. The most famous of this refurbished vessels was the Everest, fated to be the flagship of the legendary Vice Admiral Preston Cole. However, resource and crew shortages during Operation Tree Bucket and continuing in the Covenant War curtailed plans to give all Valiant class warships a complete suite of command upgrades. Next one is CPV class heavy destroyer. Relentless engines of destruction. The CPV remains one of the most feared warships silhouettes across human space. However, its role within the Covenant military was a ship for flagelants crewed by those deemed unstable or unsuitable for service and the regular military fleets, but those actions did not rise to heresy, but who carried in the stench of disloyalty or disobedience. It was V crews were called upon to do the dangerous, rather distasteful, or bombardment of worlds earlier in the campaign against humanity, moving over cities, factories, and farms, in order to burn them clean of apostasy in the face of withering fire from surface installations and remaining UNSC defenders in high orbit. Hundreds of shattered CPV hulls were made on these charred worlds. Moments to crews who found honor only in compliance with suicidal orders of their family names, once more added to the roles of those worthy to continue the march to glorious salvation. As the war progressed, the crews of the CPVs found a newfound purpose as executioners and heralds wielding excavation beads with deft hands and claws to carve meaningful sigils into cleansed worlds and leading battle groups against remnant UNSC forces, judgment worthy of meeting the fleet's supreme commander. Veteran crews also found a new currency of honor in using their well-practiced skills to assist the artifact hunting fleets that scored former human worlds for former relics and war trophies, with many turning was a mercenary and offering their services to ministry leaders eager to one up each other with treasures and all recovered from blast ruins. Punic class supercarrier, another UNSC ship. The Punic and its sister ships were the first of a new breed of warships, crafted to fight a new style of colonial war in the waning years of the 25th century. Officially designated space control vehicles, these massive carriers could transport and sustain entire colonial military authority, CMA, expeditionary and interdiction campaigns in the remote outer colonies for months at a time, crushing distant and terrorism before it could fester and spread. At least, this was the intent before coming fleets threatened humanity with extinction. Punic class supercarriers have served UNSC well in numerous campaigns. They show a picture of this ship too. Numerous campaigns and owning actions during the Covenant War, including the heroic stand above its terrier and as the base stations for decisive counterinsurgency and evacuation operations on Cherbibis, Patis, IX. Unfortunately, the destruction of each supercarrier also means an irreplaceable loss of the elite crews and military and material that slowly erodes the UNSC Navy's overall effectiveness. By 2552. Only a handful of Punics remained space, including the Terra Hagar Pride of Reach's defensive fleet. The last ship is Gas class assault carrier, and they show a picture of it as well. And it says, assault carriers are lamentable symbols of covenant power, and among the deadliest implements wielded by the prophets in their war against humanity. Each assault carrier is a potent instrument of conversion and compliance, capable of deploying thousands of troops and numerous fighter craft backed by an array of devastating energy projectors that can burn entire continents to ash. A single CAS is sufficient to quell all of the most pernicious heresy, rebellion, or parasite outbreak, colossusly expensive to construct and few in number. The rare loss of an assault carrier is mourned by the entire Covenant. Every major Covenant fleet has at least one assault carrier at its heart, if only because carriers themselves require a significant number of support. Vessels would operate away from high charity or major outposts. Multiple carriers in a single fleet is unusual, but not unheard of. For example, the crusading fleet of Sacred Consecration, commanded by the Prophet of Regret himself, and is led by twin assault carriers, the Solemn Penance and Day of Jubilation. Together, the massive warships have scored dozens of human worlds and brought righteous destruction to those within a covenant who dare stand in the way of the prophet's holy mission. Lectures a picture with a Breakout, and it says truth and reconciliation. And this guy's name is Cheesy, and he said, "Are there any other kind of sentiment that beings like as like if they knew how to make tools and stuff in the Milky Way galaxy?" Answer: the short answer is yes. The forward extended and reintroduced many sentient species into the Milky Way galaxy. The longer answer is that only a fraction of these species has gone on to build tools and achieve even Terra 7 pre-industrial signature technology of the millennia following the firing of Halo. Of those, only a handful have been encountered by humanity in the right arm region of the galaxy. In fact, not even every species that fell on the yoke of the Covenant have been contacted and cataloged by the UNSC, and the prophets did not design any worthy of training service for salvation within their fleets. It is securely kept few records of civil affairs. The stag Lord, I've always assumed, and the war game simulation the Spartans use their said, I've always assumed that in war games simulation the Spartans use their own real life armor configurations, and that carries over into the simulation. Could somebody explain if this is the case? Answer: but put simply, yes. This is nearly always the case. As highly trained and proficient special forces personnel, Spartans have a great deal of freedom to adjust their kit on a mission-by-mission basis. Though their commander has specific tasks, their parameters can dedicate certain loadouts. During war game simulations, Spartans are encouraged to cross-train with a variety of different Moderna variants. That being said, individual Spartans do often have their favorite kit, and from a real-world narrative standpoint, characters are portrayed in the same set of Moderna for visual consistency and recognizability. Well, that will do it for this week. I hope you enjoyed our time together today. I'll look at you, loyal r/Halo story. Number a flying Mexican 5. Next week we'll be back to explore a bit more categorized calling world. Hope you'll enjoy us. Hope you'll join us. Till next time, live well, play Halo, and don't keep it loaded. Updated universe article this week. Threshold. Threshold is an enormous gas giant in the solar system. It has been an extensive network of forerunner gas mining and refinery stations. It was once orbited by Alpha Halo. And it has 12 satellites. Atmosphere is H2, He, CH4, and the diameter is 1,348 mi, 214,604 km. Equivalent gravity anchor for installation 4. 04. Summary. Before its destruction, Alpha Halo orbited a large gas giant known as Threshold. Earth Survey Catalog Number B1008. AG anchored at the L1 anchorage point between the planet and its largest moon. Bases, the extensive network of Forerunner gas mining and refinery stations are suspended in the atmosphere through a number of banned orbitals, though only a handful remain active into the modern era. While bases is by far its largest moon, 11 other satellites orbit Threshold. These satellites have not been extensively surveyed, though all but 2 appear to either house some are Forerunner installation or are entirely artificial. The function that these outputs serve remains unknown, but most evidence indicates they provided maintenance for Alpha Halo. Current status: a 500 light second exclusion zone is currently maintained around the threshold, with both civilian and human warships patrolling the region as part of the post-treaty between these species. Uncontrolled sentinels, volatile Halo fragments, micro debris, malfunctioning Forerunner artifacts, and the ever-present danger of the flood, making it superstitious exploration and scavenging too dangerous for most. Locations: Colossus, Hurricanes map set /207 through 201 through 7. Similar to the mining facility, which the once heretic, when are now deceased, Caesar Trofima took occupation of a wargame map called Colossus as a separate and distinct Thresholdian satellite, acquired by scans conducted by the UNSC Red Horse in its survey of the area, and also later corroborated by human singularity dialogues. The structure mined gas from the high above Threshold's rolling surface. Environments, symmetry, scalability, and obstacles presented unique challenges to Spartans training the wargames, and thereby became a favorite of fireteam leaders, particularly for objective-based combat simulations. That's it for those articles. I guess I've been doing this for 43 minutes now. I read those 2 articles. I don't know if I have time to read another one though. I don't. It's not a pretty long one actually. I'm just going to do part 2 of this video. Here. I guess tomorrow I'll probably do part 2 of issue. Episode 51. Next one will be episode 51, part 2. Next time. And this one is part 1. And I'll be enjoying those 2 articles I read to you. I know I said the other title of the other one, but my part 2 will be tomorrow. And like always, please rate, comment, favorite, like, subscribe, thoughts and opinions, and I hope you liked it and enjoyed it for your viewing pleasure, guys and girls. And please stay tuned for more, guys and girls. And this is and like Ghost Robo said, like my favorite quote from Ghost Robo. Please drink some hot chocolate, and I'll see you all later. And this is Aaron Halo 18 signing off. Goodbye.